Hey guys, time for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. Before I forget, one of our viewers, Stu, was asking about what I was talking about on, I think it was Monday with my contact lenses. I did get another set temporarily, and they've got some on order for me. So thanks for asking, but am able to see out of both eyes now. So definitely good for automobile restoration, having two eyes that actually work. So with that out of the way, lots to talk about today. So let's start here since this is where I'm standing. The 67 Beetle, this ruby red beauty here, came back today from Octavio's, and they have, over the last a little less than a week, I think, they completed the headliner and the carpet. And as always with those guys, that's just the opening for the dome light. As always with those guys, it just looks amazing, like crazy nice. And then likewise, they went ahead and did the carpet, which is of course charcoal on these. And then I also picked up the floor mats, which come from Wolfsburg West. So thanks to them for making all this stuff. Super nice, these floor mats. So this is correct for this car. Floor mats pretty much covering the whole floor. And then the carpet just runs around the edges here and back, obviously. And then around the front. And then on the front driver's side, there's like a little rubber mat kind of there on the firewall. And then, of course, on the passenger side, there's that angled piece that's like the footrest for the passenger. So, yeah, this is all the correct layout for this car. So, yeah, this sucker is ready to continue going together now. Because the interior is pretty much done. Like I think I mentioned before, the seats are done for this car. They've been done for ages. Door panels are readily available from Wolfsburg West. TMI makes them, so I'll probably order those a couple weeks or so before we need them. But the door panels are one of the last things that go on the car, honestly, so no big hurry on that. But now that the interior is done, we can really start putting this car together. Probably go ahead and put the doors on it pretty soon. We can start putting some windows in it, and wiring on it's almost done. Go ahead and put a glove box in it, and yeah, lots of stuff to come here. This one's gonna go together fast now. I do need to take off these wheels, which are the correct 67 wheels for this, and put a different set of rollers on it, and go ahead and send these off for sandblasting and powder coating, and then we'll paint them in the correct colors for this car. So that'll be coming up too. But yeah, good to have this one back in our shop now. We can keep having fun with it. So that happened today. So this one, we had an electrical issue with it. And so Rafa, yesterday, he had finished up doing the rewiring, the gauge cluster over there. So that's all done. And then this one had some weirdness with the horn, where sometimes when you would turn a certain way or push on the steering wheel a certain way, it was making the horn toot. And I don't know that you'll really be able to see this, but sometimes with buggies, you end up with a bit of an angle between the steering shaft and the steering box. And so what was happening was when you would turn, there would be some contact made in there that wouldn't normally be made, and that was basically like grounding out where it shouldn't necessarily be ground out, and that was what was causing the horn to honk. So Rafa took care of it. I think he ended up putting some spacers or something in there. Not 100% sure, but anyway, it is good now. No more random honking, and electrical's all redone. All redone, and Rafa put an extra fuse in there that's fusing all the power for these gauges and stuff. So in the unlikely event now, especially with all the rework that a short did happen, there's a fuse now that can pop to protect it. So yeah, I just need to take this car for some test drives and make sure everything's good. But yeah, we checked out, lights are all working, everything's working. Horn's not self-honking anymore. So this one should be ready to go back to its owner. So probably do some drives on this one tomorrow morning, and then see if he's ready to pick it up pretty much any time after that. The Cowook car, we are fixing some oil leaks. This motor is the motor that just keeps giving. So there seemed to be an oil leak, and we're pretty sure it was coming from the base of the alternator stand. And well, a couple of things. One, that, and the other thing was that our beloved engine builder who built this motor, he had actually put too much oil in it. It was probably almost like a good ½ inch above the upper mark on the dipstick. And VW motors, if you put too much oil in them, they'll find all kinds of places to fling oil out that normally would not be an issue. So that, and then basically this is an aftermarket alternator stand, probably empty. And turns out the bottom of it wasn't really all that flat. These aftermarket parts sometimes. So I basically filed and sanded the bottom of the removed the alternator stand and filed and sanded it, got it like dead nuts flat, and then put it back on, and then put it on, of course, with the metal gasket that normally goes in there facing the right way, of course, and then also a paper gasket on each side of the metal gasket just to make sure, and then on top of that, like gasket shellac. So there should be zero chance that leaks anymore. And then the other place it seems to be leaking a little bit is from where the oil pressure switch threads in. And that one is a bit bewildering because I did put the normal thread sealant that I use, which is Loctite 567. You can see it on there. It's kind of white. So I don't know why that's leaking, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put a new switch on it because sometimes the switches leak, although I think it's leaking at the threads. And then I'm going to use a different sealant. I'll go ahead and use shellac, which is what we normally use. And that should take care of that. So I think between draining, so I did drain some oil out and got the oil level now, between the marks on there. And then, yeah, took care of that. I'll take care of that. And then I think that's going to be it as far as leaks go. So, and then I'm going to test drive the piss out of it, make sure there's no more leaking going on here, and then the owner can come get it, start enjoying it. So yeah, sometimes at the end, these last little details just end up taking a long time, but got to do it. Got to make the customer happy and make sure he's got a super bitchin' car that's trouble-free, and you can just have fun with it, concentrate on that. So in between working on this and other things, I did manage to work more on the super bitchin' green 68 double cab. Rafa worked on it a little bit too. Let's start at the back since we're already here. So as you can see, it now has a deck lid on it. So that's pretty big and kind of covered up here, but it's got its Volkswagen script there, which looks amazing. And yeah, so, and that little catch right there is all on with the little like rollers and stuff there that make that mechanism work. And this part was not on, so of course we installed that, installed the latch itself. So yeah, other than putting the seal on the deck lid here, this is pretty much done. So that happened today. The rear bumper I had put on previously, that went on yesterday. Let's move our way forward here. I don't think we had the back seat in yesterday. That actually went in this morning, now that I think about it. So yeah, so back seat is in, all installed. Looks totally amazing back here. I just kind of want to crawl back there and take a nap, honestly. It looks so comfortable. Door panels. This one, we need to, the escutcheon that we have for it was having some fitment issues, so we need to take care of that. But other than that, this is done. Although, that having been said, I may need to have them trim about 1/8 of an inch off each side of this panel here because it seems to be preventing the door from closing nicely. So not a problem, they'll take care of it. Up front, door panels up here too, and with the I think those actually went on yesterday, but then today the grab handles went on. And the big thing that happened up front, well, two big things happened up front on this bus today, One of which is the windshield. Woo, look at that. It's like a car now. It has an actual window on the front of it. So there you go. Let me tell you, these windshields are enormous when you're used to working on older Beetles and buses. It's just such a massive piece of glass. But luckily, they seem to be pretty forgiving. They flex a lot because I'll tell you, you have to apply a pretty decent amount of force to get these things in. And yeah, so it didn't explode or anything. So cool. And then the other big thing on the front of this bus right here is the front bumper. It's totally gorgeous, all chromed like the back one, of course, and then installed the steps on it and stuff, and the little beading that goes between the pieces. This one bolted up really nice, actually. Everything lined up pretty well. No real drama bolting this on. So yeah, it looks just killer. Love it. And I think that is what happened to this bus today. So next up for this one, I do need to, like I mentioned, put on the decklid seal. We have outside rear view mirrors for it. Probably go ahead and put those on. And we have sun visors for it. We don't have a rear view mirror yet. I need to double check the parts that the owner sent with the bus. I don't remember seeing one, but I'm going to look and see if he has one, A and B, if he does, if it's in good enough condition to use, because a lot of stuff that was original to this bus was pretty trashed. So we'll see. But unfortunately, 68 buses, it's a 1 year only rear view mirror, and could be pretty hard to find. So I've got some ears out looking for one of those right now. And yeah, then it's pretty much time to start driving this thing too. So I don't know that that's going to happen tomorrow, but maybe by the end of the week, maybe by Friday or so, I'm going to be ready to at least take this thing on its little maiden voyage through the parking lot, like I usually do as the first test run before I brave the actual street. But yeah, getting super close to that. So I think that is about it for today, guys. Well, I'll just mention the barn door is back in, and we've been continuing on paint and body work on it. And as you can see, the rain gutter there is white now. Not because that's the color it's going to stay. It's actually primer. It's primer gray. It's really hard to tell. But this rain gutter was pretty bad. And so we went and straightened it out best we could. And it's looking pretty good now all the way around. Yeah. So pretty good, especially compared to what we started with, which it had some pretty big defects in it. And one of which was that this little rain spout on the corner here was shaped totally wrong on this side. This side was pretty okay, but this side, instead of being kind of like a letter U, it was more like a V. It was very sharp, totally misshapen. So it kind of metalworked that back into the proper shape. So, you know, those kind of little details, those things matter. Start walking around looking at the bus and it's like, oh, why is that shaped weird, or this or that? So we don't like to leave any details like that unfixed. So that's kind of what's going on with this one. So now for real, I think that's it, guys. So thank you again for watching, everyone. We will see you again tomorrow. Bye.